Welcome to Insights to Income, your ultimate guide to smarter money management. Today, we're diving deep into a critical issue: paying off credit card debt fast on a low income. It might seem daunting, but with the right strategies, it's absolutely achievable. So, let's explore some effective methods together. And remember, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more insightful finance strategies. Let's start with understanding credit card debt. Credit card debt can sneak up on you. It's not just about the money, it's the stress and the feeling of being trapped. Understanding how interest compounds daily on your outstanding balance, and how minimum payments are mostly going towards interest, not principal, can be eye-opening. When tackling credit card debt, the first step is a thorough and honest assessment of what you owe. This process involves more than just knowing the total amount. It's about understanding each debt specifics to formulate a strategic repayment plan. Gather your statements. Collect the most recent statements for all your credit cards. This includes cards you might not use frequently. Every debt matters in your overall financial picture. Create a detailed debt list. Make a comprehensive list of your debts. For each credit card, note the total balance owed, the interest rate, and the minimum monthly payment required. For example, if you have 3 credit cards, you might list them as: Card A, $2,500 balance, 19% interest rate, $75 minimum payment. Card B, $4,000 balance, 22% interest rate, $120 minimum payment. Card C, $1,500 balance, 18% interest rate, $45 minimum payment. High interest rates can make it difficult to reduce the principal balance, as most of your payment might be going towards interest. Calculate your total debt. Add up all the balances to know your total credit card debt. Continuing with the earlier example, your total debt would be $2,500 plus $4,000 plus $1,500 equals $8,000. Assess your monthly payments. Total the minimum payments for each card to understand your monthly obligation. This is the least amount you must pay to avoid penalties, but paying only the minimum can prolong your debt. Check for overlooked fees. Look for additional fees like late payment fees or annual charges. Evaluate your spending. Review your recent transactions to identify spending patterns. Credit score consideration. Understand how your debt affects your credit score. High credit utilization, the ratio of your debt to your credit limit, can negatively impact your score. You will then need to create a budget. Creating a budget on a low income involves several key steps and strategies to ensure you're making the most of your resources. Here's a detailed approach to guide you. List your income. Start by listing all your sources of income. This includes your main salary, part-time work, side hustles, stipends, child support, or any other regular income you receive. List your expenses. Next, account for all your monthly expenses. Prioritize four-walls expenses like food, utilities, shelter, and transportation. Then, consider other necessary costs such as childcare, insurance, and debt payments. Finally, don't forget to include variable expenses like entertainment and miscellaneous costs. Creating a realistic budget. Develop a budget that realistically allocates funds to necessities and allows you to track spending effectively. Prioritizing essential bills and expenses. Focus your budget on essential expenses. All other expenses should be considered secondary and managed after the primary expenses have been covered. Adjusting your budget. If your expenses exceed your income, identify areas to cut back. This may include reducing discretionary spending, reevaluating subscription services, or altering lifestyle choices. Remember, the success of a budget lies in its regular review, and with determination and discipline, you can gain control over your finances and work towards a more stable financial future. Cutting expenses is a crucial aspect of managing finances, especially when working towards a goal like paying off debt. It involves evaluating your spending habits and identifying areas where you can save money. Here are detailed strategies for cutting expenses. Audit your expenses. Start by tracking every expense for a month to understand where your money is going. Categorize your spending into essentials: rent, utilities, groceries, and non-essentials, entertainment, dining out. Reduce utility bills. Save on electricity by using energy-efficient bulbs, unplugging electronics when not in use, and optimizing heating, cooling systems. Consider reducing your cable bill by switching to cheaper streaming services. Grocery shopping and meal planning. Plan meals for the week, make a shopping list, and stick to it to avoid impulse buys. Buy in bulk, look for sales, and consider store brands which are often cheaper than name brands. Minimize dining out, which is typically more expensive than cooking at home. Transportation costs. Save on transportation by carpooling, using public transportation, or biking. Regular vehicle maintenance can improve fuel efficiency and prevent costly repairs. If feasible, consider selling a vehicle to eliminate insurance, loan payments, and maintenance costs. Review subscriptions and memberships. Evaluate all subscriptions, including magazines, streaming services, and gym memberships. For essential subscriptions, check for promotions or switch to a cheaper plan. Shop smart. Use coupons and promo codes for discounts. Websites and apps like Honey or Retail Me Not can offer savings. Purchase second-hand items or shop at discount stores for clothing, furniture, and electronics. Home maintenance. Engage in DIY projects for home repairs and improvements instead of hiring professionals. Regular home maintenance can prevent expensive repairs down the line. Healthcare savings. Save on healthcare costs by using generic medications, looking for cheaper alternatives for treatments, or negotiating medical bills. Consider a high-deductible health plan combined with a health savings account if you have low medical expenses. Entertainment and leisure. Look for free or low-cost entertainment options like public parks, community events, or free days at museums. Host potlucks or game nights at home instead of going out. Educational and miscellaneous expenses. For students, buy used textbooks, apply for scholarships, or take advantage of student discounts. Re-evaluate insurance policies auto, home, life and shop around for better rates. Small changes can add up. For instance, saving just $5 a day on unnecessary purchases adds up to an extra $150 a month towards your debt. If possible, try and increase your income. Boosting your income can be a game changer. Consider a part-time job, freelancing, or selling items you no longer need online. Check out my other videos on Discover 10 side hustles to make $500 a day and 20 legit ways to make money from home in 2024. Now let's move on to debt repayment strategies. The snowball method involves paying off your smallest debts first for quick wins, whereas the avalanche method focuses on debts with the highest interest rates. For instance, if your $1,000 debt has the highest rate, target that first with the avalanche approach. Targeted repayment focus. Consider focusing extra payments on one debt at a time while maintaining minimum payments on others. Targeting high-interest credit card debt first and directing additional funds to this account can save a significant amount in interest over time. Get balance transfer cards. A balance transfer to a card with a lower interest rate or a 0% introductory rate can offer relief from high interest rates. Always consider any balance transfer fees involved. Get a consolidation loan if you can. Opt for a debt consolidation loan to combine multiple high-interest debts into a single loan with a lower interest rate. This strategy simplifies your payments and could reduce the total interest you pay. However, ensure you understand the loan terms and confirm that it provides a real financial benefit. Seek professional advice when in doubt. If you're overwhelmed, consulting with a debt counselor or financial advisor can be beneficial. They can provide tailored advice and may recommend options like a debt management plan, involving negotiations with creditors to lower interest rates and consolidate debts into one monthly payment. Utilize windfalls wisely. Use financial windfalls such as tax refunds or bonuses strategically to reduce credit card debt. Applying these one-time substantial amounts to your debt can significantly shorten your debt payoff timeline. Consider bi-weekly payments. Switch from monthly to bi-weekly payments. By paying half your monthly amount every 2 weeks, you'll make an extra full payment each year, reducing your principal balance faster and accruing less interest. Try the extra dollar method. Apply any extra cash, no matter how small, toward your debt. Every dollar put towards debt reduction helps. Try negotiating with your creditors. Negotiating with your creditors can be a crucial step in managing and reducing your debt. Here are some expanded strategies and tips to effectively negotiate with creditors. Know your total debt, interest rates, and how much you can realistically pay. This knowledge gives you a solid foundation for negotiation. Initial contact. Start by contacting your creditor's customer service or hardship department. Be honest about your financial situation and express your desire to pay off the debt. It's often helpful to explain any hardships causing your financial strain, like job loss or medical expenses. Requesting specific adjustments. Be clear about what you're seeking. This could be a lower interest rate, a reduced monthly payment, or waiving late fees. For instance, if you're currently paying 20% interest, ask if they can reduce it to 15%. Highlighting your payment history. If you've been a good customer with a solid payment history, mention this. Creditors are often more willing to accommodate customers who have previously been responsible with their credit. Exploring hardship programs. Many creditors offer hardship programs for customers facing financial difficulties. These programs can provide temporary reduced interest rates, lower minimum payments, or other concessions. Negotiating lump sum settlements. If you have access to a lump sum of money, you can negotiate to settle the debt for less than you owe. Creditors may accept a lower amount if they believe it's the most they can realistically collect. Getting agreements in writing. Once you reach an agreement, ask for it in writing. This is crucial for protecting yourself and ensuring that both parties adhere to the new terms. Be persistent, and don't be discouraged if the initial answer is negative. Sometimes, it may take multiple calls or escalating the matter to higher-level management. Seeking professional help. If you're uncomfortable negotiating on your own, consider seeking help from a credit counseling agency. These agencies have experience dealing with creditors and can often negotiate more favorable terms on your behalf. It requires preparation, a clear understanding of your financial situation, and sometimes a bit of persistence. Be honest about your financial situation. You might be surprised how willing they are to work with you to modify your repayment terms. Avoiding adding any new debt. While paying off existing debt, it's crucial to avoid accumulating new debt. Stick to your budget, and if you're tempted to use your credit card for a non-essential purchase, remind yourself of your long-term goal to be debt-free. Use cash or debit cards. Switch to using cash or debit cards for your purchases. This creates a natural limit to your spending. You can only spend what you have. It's a tangible way to keep track of outflows and avoid the temptation of credit. Create a strict budget. Stick to a budget that accounts for your income and necessary expenses. By setting clear boundaries for your spending, you're less likely to rely on credit cards. Emergency fund. Establishing an emergency fund is essential. This fund acts as a buffer for unexpected expenses, like car repairs or medical bills, which might otherwise lead you to use a credit card. Start small, even if it's just a few dollars a week, and build it up over time. Understand your spending triggers. Identify what prompts you to use credit cards. Is it online shopping, dining out, or some form of emotional spending? Recognizing these triggers helps you create strategies to avoid them, like unsubscribing from retail newsletters or finding cost-free ways to cope with stress. Limit credit card access. If you're tempted to use credit cards, make them less accessible. This could mean physically removing them from your wallet, deleting saved card information from online stores, or even freezing them in a block of ice. Whatever works to add a layer of inconvenience to using them. Use credit cards wisely. If you must use a credit card, do it strategically. Only charge items that you can pay off in full by the end of the billing cycle. Monitor your credit report. Regularly check your credit report for accuracy and to understand your financial standing. Sometimes, seeing the bigger picture of your financial health can deter you from adding more debt. Set financial goals. Having clear, achievable financial goals can motivate you to stay on track. Whether it's saving for a vacation, a new home, or just the satisfaction of being debt-free, these goals remind you why avoiding new debt is essential. In conclusion, conquering credit card debt, especially on a low income, is challenging but doable with discipline, strategy, and a bit of creativity. Remember, each step you take is progress towards your goal of financial freedom. If you found these strategies helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Insights to Income for more financial tips. Your engagement helps us reach and support more people on their journey to financial wellness. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, so you never miss our valuable content.